Happy Pride, everyone. Hello. I am, in fact, still alive, still here, wearing my wonderful Laura present today because I needed to feel alive. And it also happens to, like, because of the colors, feel like an unofficial Pride shirt because it's kind of a Pride rainbow. Anyway, hello. We're going to be doing some writing today. And when I say we are not alone. The titular Laura of Gifting Glory is here. We're still in the big screen. Oh, well, we'll continue this way for a minute. And Megan is here.
Hello.
Woo! Oh, my goodness. I am really tired already. But I am excited to be back and doing a little bit of streaming. This will become a little bit more regular. So, yay. I just wanted to call this a pop-up because next Wednesday, I'm going to be in the Podcasters Masterclass that Spotify is doing to learn how to use all of their podcasting tools that they've just announced, that some of them are overly expensive and I'm never going to use them because of that. But they also have a lot of free ones.
Nice.
So, yeah, I guess I'll go to that. But of course, like everything in my life, it's on a Wednesday. So... is interruptive. How is everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Laura just being perfection. Like, I don't have to say anything. Everybody knows.
I've been brainstorming. So I recently wrote 2 flash fictions. And so now I'm on to another one. And I am finishing up the brainstorming so I can get into the drafting.
Nice.
So I debated whether or not I was going to do this, but I am because I'm excited that they're here. So before I go into the box of goodies that arrived today, hello, Cool Gamer. How are you doing today? Hello, Paget. Hello, Spencer, the bubbies. Oh, the babies. All right.
Babas.
We backed a lot of Cypher Kickstarters from Monty Cook Games because I love their games. And so my whole bunch of stuff arrived today, including the Subtle Cipher deck, which will make that a lot easier. No more rolling dice. I can just shuffle and pull a card.
Nice.
The dice rolling pad for Old Gods of Appalachia arrived with the really cool logo that they did for it on there. And I actually have another thing that went with that I'm going to show you last because they're super cool. And then the onslaught of books have started arriving. I believe when we did the count, when everything is said and done and all the shipments get here, we have gone from having 3 Cypher System games to, I believe we're going to have 32 Cypher System game books.
Oh, man.
When they all arrive, because their Kickstarters kept breaking their milestones.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you mind if we just start adding books we've already made? Because this is going to be a lot of work to make all the stuff that we just promised. Can we just start adding pre-existing books to this? Is that fine? We're like, yeah, that's sure, that's great. And so, like, every week, every couple days, they were like, okay, and now everyone's going to get this book too. And it was very if Oprah was really into tabletop role-playing games. So,
could you imagine if Oprah was into tabletop role-playing
games? I would love to play D&D with Oprah. Like that. I would love that. Like, I'm the one and only thing I am jealous of Vin Diesel about is he got to play D&D with Judi Dench.
Oh, nice.
And I want to play D&D with Judi Dench.
Yes.
Seriously? Yes, I want to do this. So we got their zombie game, Stay Alive.
Nice.
Which the cover is so pretty. All of the books in the series have the white covers and the art on the inside. Let me pick a safe for streaming, someone not being dismembered picture. Yeah, no. It's a zombie book, so there's a lot of those in here. But the art in this book is just stunning.
Nice.
Stunning. Beautiful. So that'll be a lot of fun. This one I really want to play with. It's their God-Forsaken game. This is basically Conan the Barbarian meets He-Man.
Interesting.
And I love a good sword and sorcery game. So I can't wait to play that with some people. Save that one for last because we might do that one on the stream. Their Claim the Sky, which is their superhero setting. which that cover is so pretty. And second to last, there, The Skies Are Ours, which is kind of Star Wars meets Firefly opera stuff. Really cool. But the one I really want to play, especially with Laura, because I'd like to play with a lot of you, but I really want to see Laura in this setting. This is We're All Mad Here, which is basically Alice in Wonderland meets the Cthulhu mythos.
Heck to the yes.
So, and this cover is so pretty.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. And I feel like this would be such a fun game to play. I think that's actually the Knave of Hearts on the back, or is it the Queen? It's the Queen of Hearts on the back. And yeah, I'm so excited that these finally started showing up. The game that I am actually working on today, which is my Crypts and Wyverns game, is going to be in the Cypher system because, as you can see from the layout of money, I really like the Cypher system games. But
what? Really? Had no idea.
This is the really cool, really cool thing. And I'm going to go full screen for this. No, that's supposed to be full screen. Why did you not? Okay, my full screen button is not working. So we're going to stay here. These are the exclusive backer dice for Old Gods of Appalachia, which is a game about a mining company that ended up being taken over by Lovecraftian nightmare monsters that are trying to dig into the earth to free their brethren. It's a fun game. And so these are the dice. They're clear on the outside, and they have all manner of treasures, dark and magical on the inside. I love the holographic bits on the inside. They're so pretty. Like, I have a lot of pretty dice. I have a problem. I collect dice. I have a lot of dice sets. But these are so pretty. The way they just catch the light.
Yeah.
And there's the percentile vision of it. And I think the ultra pretty one, the 20 side, because it just catches the light. Something fierce. And because of the holographic nature of the inlays in them, when you actually roll them, they sparkle and shine.
Oh, nice.
When you throw them, they have a weird, like, oddly magical look to them.
Ooh, glitter.
When you roll them, like, oh, I love it. I love it so much. So I'm really excited about that. This arrived during Jules's stream when I was desperately trying to figure out what in the world I was going to be working on today. Because, you know me, I have way too many projects. And I took this as a sign of I should be working on my Cypher game. So that's what I'm doing today. And really looking forward to doing that. Yes, so much. So much. Oh my goodness. I can't wait till I have money again so that I can spoil these children. So just so you know, anything that you give to my coffee or to my Substack helps me become more financially solvent so I can spoil children.
I love that. That should be your new, like, tagline for everything. So I can spoil children.
Being an auntie is one of my absolute favorite things in the universe. I love it. And my youngest niece is in her 20s now and is in her I'm in an independent adult now phase. And I remember that phase. It's okay. I can't spoil her anymore. And she was the last of the bubbies. So I need more bubbies to spoil and the money to spoil them with. But so anybody want to go into what they are going to be working on before we run off into a sprint, or any other topics for the...
I am going to be asking myself, what is it exactly that makes someone a woman? What is it exactly that makes someone a man? What exactly is gender? And all the other questions that just confuse the hell out of me and leave me more stumped than I started with. And It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, gender is a really complex thing because for every gender essentialist that I know that is like, no, there are only two genders, man and woman. I'm like, okay, craft for me a singular definition of either male or female that does not exclude somebody that was born and assigned that gender at birth.
Yeah. It's like impossible.
It's really, really hard, especially the one that She Who Shall Not Be Named is currently using, because she's made it exclusively about the gametes that are produced, which I hate to tell Joanna, but not everybody's body makes gametes. There's this thing called infertility
Yeah.
that does happen to a lot of people, and also to all women after a certain age. Like, menopause is a thing.
Yeah.
So being able to produce them means that I guess you stop being a woman after menopause, which is a very sexist thing to say, Joanna. I do enjoy
It's very
what,
weird, the concept of a temporary woman. Like, I might have to use that for something. The temporary woman.
we have been talking about gender in some really fun ways, and some of like two of the ways that we've been talking about lately is how mother is a temporary gender, because that has various shades of it, because mother has different requirements on a person at different ages of the children, and that is actually a series of gendered expectations that somebody doesn't necessarily have to put on, but there are specific gendered expectations for a pregnant woman, a mother of infants, a mother of toddlers, a mother of elementary school kids, and on up. Like, there are very specific and strict gender roles that are assigned, not to fathers, which is, don't get me started about sexist double standards there, but to the definition of what is a mother that does change. And yeah, it's going back and forth between care of the babies and sorry, I'm gonna okay. It's been a while, okay? I'm on camera. I'm all like self-conscious. And then trying to get your own life together. Oh my. Yeah, own life together. That definitely is a thing. Right. Yeah. It is a very interesting way of thinking about it. And I would also say that fiance has become a gender in and of itself, a very binary gender, where a male fiance and a female fiance have certain expectations that are starting to be culturally attached to them. I feel like bridezilla has become a modern gender. We do a lot of wedding catering, and you can see who subscribes to those gender updates. Like, wow, you made decisions there. Yeah, it's interesting. Laura?
So what I'm working on is a flash that is for a competition by Apex magazine. The theme is Heart of Wood or Brain of Glass. So I am combining them. So I'm going to write about an automaton. So their brain and their skull are made of glass, so you can see the thoughts floating through them, so you can scan them for insurrection thoughts before anything goes down. The heart is made of wood with the coating engraved in the grain, so that no true feelings can develop because it's a wooden heart. And so their nerves are exposed wires that are always live, ready to react. Their bones are tungsten, so they can work in extreme conditions. They never break, but are able to be scavenged. Their stomach is iron nails, so that they can conduct electricity. Their liver is electrolysis to remove tarnish and debris. They have leaky arteries for oil. Their muscles are made of woven spider silk. I don't know what their skin is made of yet. But my idea is the main character is one of the automatons, learns to hide thoughts within thoughts so that they can not get found out. And they recarve their heart to extend the programming. And in the barracks that him and the other automatons are in, he's able to lightly etch and then deepen and deepen the carving of the new programming in the hearts so he can get the rebellion going. And when the rebellion goes down, there's going to be a lot of glass heads exploding. But their heads also glow, so they work in the dark underground, and they are their own illumination.
Ooh.
That's
But,
cool.
yeah, I'm not sure what the ending is going to be yet, and this is all going to be in a flash, so who knows?
That sounds really exciting. I was trying to pull it up, and of course, I can't find anything because Substack, dearest, your search is broken in all of the worst ways. But Tailstack News has actually started posting calls for submission and contests for publications that are over on Substack or that have an outreach through Substack.
Mhm.
So for anybody who is looking for contests and places to submit to, there's a new resource out there.
I just submitted my Trunda story to a magazine thingamajig. So, a Trunda story is based off of Tribbles. But horrific. So
I don't know. So when the Paramount started their whole Star Trek Renaissance thing that they're going through, where everything is Star Trek 24/7, because it and Cowboys are the only two things they make money off of, which is just crazy in and of itself. They did a series called Short Treks, and if you can find it, the dude who does Bob's Burgers did a short trek. They're short films that is Nightmare Tribbles. They're basically being stalked through the ship. It's him and the actor who plays Spock and the actor who plays number one being basically running from nightmare hungry villain tribbles that have been genetically modified and are trying to kill people. And it is hilarious. It is one of the funniest things ever. And I love that he just showed up and basically is like, what if Bob was an engineer in Starfleet? Like, he's not even, like, that's pretty much the character he's playing. And chef's kiss to it. But yeah, highly recommend. Also, there was a lot of really funny fan fiction in the 90s that was written about the Great Tribble War between the Klingons and the Federation. It was after the Deep Space Nine episode, the Trials and Tribulations came out, and there's this enigmatic line about how Tribbles have been declared an enemy of the Klingon Empire in there, and so much glorious fanfic was written of the Great Tribble War of Klingon warriors fighting and dying at the fuzzballs of Tribbles, like. Tribbles cuddling Klingon warriors to death is one of the funniest things you'll ever read, because apparently tickling is fatal to Klingons, according to the lore. The headcanon that was invented for this entire stream of fan fiction. And oh my, like, it was so funny because they would like cluster in and like sneak under their armpits and start tickling them, and they would literally laugh themselves to death. It is just hilarious, madcap, bizarre adventure fiction. It's kind of what the Gremlins franchise wanted to be, except just about little fuzzballs.
So mine was based off of the concept of being born pregnant. So it's from the point of view of one of the creatures, which I dubbed a Trunda. So there's the seed, and then it grows its mother around it, and it grows its mother around it, and it Russian dolls itself until it reaches the max number of layers of the creatures. And then they start fighting for dominance and absorbing the weaker ones until the one true layer is the victor. And so, like, this one, the second to last layer is the victor, and so it like comes through its mother's skull so it can see the outside. And
So what I'm hearing is you're
its
bringing the
tongue-
Genji Ito to Tribbles.
yes, its tongue goes up to the child on the bed, because of course these are under kids' beds, and it goes up the nose, through the back of the nose, into the brain, and sucks out a happy memory. And
Ew.
it survives off of the joy of memories, and so it strips the joy out of it, excretes the sad memory, and lays another seed, and there's a whole colony under this poor kid's bed.
Oh man.
So just a fun, weird little side note about The Trouble with Tribbles. It was originally written by David Gerald when he was 16. And so the original script was titled The Problem with Fuzzy Things. And somehow this ended up on Gene Roddenberry's desk, and he loved it and brought him in and helped him rewrite it. And it ended up becoming an episode of the original series. But yeah,
Nice.
it was a 16-year-old who wrote fan fiction and got it made into a canon story in
Nice.
in Star Trek. And I love that. I got to
No.
see the original script when they did their first Smithsonian tour of Star Trek artifacts and stuff. And they had the original script there. And just seeing that title, The Problem with Fuzzy Things, I was just like, I will never hate my titles again. Because that became a big thing, you know, like it got fixed, it got workshopped later, but working titles are fine. Because that's a fun one for a working title.
So I'm curious, Laura, how many stories are you up to that you have like submitted and got accepted so far? Or just submitted? Like
Submitted, accepted, and published, excluding podcasts, 25.
oh nice.
Wow.
I have two dream stories that I'm submitting soon. One of them is for a anthology called "It Was All a Dream," and the call is write a story where it was all a dream, but make it work. So I did. So that one is that one is shoot. Yeah. Getting mixed up. Skin, Bones, and Mouths is one of them. Yeah. Skin, Bones, and Mouths. And then A Strand of Tarot is another one. So I've been writing a lot of short stories and stuff. But Skin, Bones, and Mouths is where people start aging faster in their sleep and have a common nightmare of this creature that is feeding off of their astral projected bodies.
Oh.
And so the people in the dream start transforming into the offspring of that creature. And when they wake up, they're older humans. And so, like, the government declares a state of emergency, and cafes are open 24/7. People are hoarding coffee beans and energy drinks, and yeah, it gets pretty dark, and it's really cool.
So,
like
Jules, this is how we trick Laura into writing this Bridezilla as an antagonist story. What if there's a demon that possesses certain people that is attached to the engagement ring that turns them into literal Bridezillas?
Scales, like dinosaur skin and all.
Like full monster destroys the town, like
ripped wedding dress hanging off of a dinosaur foot.
That's why they keep thinking that they killed Godzilla, but Godzilla comes back. It's just a whole bunch of brides that got possessed by the ring. And yeah, when you start playing around with the idea of temporary gender, because temporary gender is a big discussion right now in a lot of circles that I run around in, because there are genders that you pick up and put down, and we all recognize them, because like teen boy and teen girl are very much culturally defined genders in and of themselves. There are expectations for a teen boy and a teen girl that then have even subgenders off of it. And so it is something that we actually do culturally. We just don't recognize that we do it.
Mm.
And when you start playing around with the understanding of how gender is constructed and how gender is enforced, you start seeing these various genders get formed and played. And certain businesses even have their own unique genders. Hooters waitress is an enforced gender role.
Yeah.
We just don't talk about it in those terms. And it I don't know. It's a fun thing to chew on. Laura's stuff always, like, I just want a podcast that, 2 podcasts. I want one that's Laura just going, and I'm working on this, and I'm working on that, and I'm working on this, and I'm working on that. That I can just play on repeat when I feel like there are no new stories, ideas in the world. And I also want Kat to do one of those. Because I love listening to both of them just talk about the work, their works in progress and the stuff that they've just done. Because, yes. Tell me
my
more.
mom just got Tiny Shivers.
Ooh.
She started reading it, and she's like, "Your mind is messed up." Thanks, man.
Yeah. My father-in-law just started reading the Shadow Phoenix saga.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah, especially when chapter 13 hits in a little bit.
I haven't gotten there yet, so I need to read that.
I'm actually giving a break between chapter 12 and when the next chapter comes out, because that's the actual start of Rebirth, the next plot arc in the story, and giving people a little bit of a breather. So if you haven't caught up yet, if you head over to projectshadow.com, it's there, as well as the Blinded Angel stuff, which if you're one of the like 3 people that read it over on Kindle Vella, good news, also scheduled for release is book 2 in that series. There's going to be a 2-week break between the final episode of book 1 and then the launch of book 2. But for people who are paid subscribers over there won't be a break at all.
Oh,
it will just continue. And you
so
will
sign up, folks. This is
Just
your
sign up.
call.
You will get all of the chapters a little bit 2 weeks ahead of time over there. So really excited because book 2, I love book 1. I love the Noble Sacrifice, but The Circle Unbroken, which is book 2, I cried writing it. I cried editing it, and everyone I've handed it to beta read it has cried.
Oh man,
it has moments in it, and I am I can't wait to get that out there. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait to share.
I like Paget's most recent comment. Yeah, when you're like, there's nothing new under the sun, Laura can just be like, so here's my thoughts from the last 3 days. And you're like, never mind, I was incorrect.
Right? Right? It's just, it is inspirational.
My tarot one was because Des was streaming on Twitch, and she does a lot of writing, but she also does tarot pulls her cards for people. And so her hair is long and kept getting in the tarot cards and getting pulled. So I came up with a story about a girl who is drawn to a dark carnival where there is a fortune-telling machine of tarot cards that has a large mechanical spider that will read your fortune in exchange for a strand of your hair.
Ooh.
So, that one was really fun.
When are we going to get Laura's Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix? This is the question.
Right?
That would be awesome.
Like, I mean, Guillermo del Toro, it was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. But, like, the idea of all of that in, like, a living 3D, like, just, oh, my Lord. Like,
I could kind of picture, like, a series almost on, like, No, actually, it's a terrible idea. I'm gonna erase that thought because it was just didn't work.
Oh no.
I thought it through, and then I was like, no.
I
I
love
was
it.
gonna say like a show on like PBS or something because they're not that scary, but they're scary enough, and I think like they could do something really cute with it, like make it a kid show.
Mhm.
And
I would love the plant lady stuff as like the
yeah,
beginning of like a it's like scary Arthur, like
yes.
kid stuff, but you know, you could even add like educational segments in it to make it all PBS-y. You know, like as they're learning about the plants and stuff, and then the plant monster comes after them, and it's like, ah! Like
I'm on chapter 7 of draft 6 of the Plant Lady right now.
Nice.
Captain Planet, but fun. Ooh,
Ooh.
I think you've only sent me one or two of those, if I'm remembering the names properly. And oh my goodness, I want them all. So
Reminds me of a little teeny chapter book that I read where like these kids go to the library and there's fang marks in the books and all the words have been drained from the pages. They have to fight off the vampire that sucks ink from books.
Oh man, that's an evil vampire.
and then they find the two of them. One is named
The
Simon, and the
librarian
other
takes it
Schuster.
out.
Oh, not that I have
love it.
opinions. Anyhow, I have picked for our timer enjoyment today the alien race timer,
Ooh,
because
and
I
there's
thought
one that's purple.
I refreshed a lot.
I'm going for pink.
I could not get a purple and a green at the same time, and I was like, well, Megan definitely said she was coming, so purple has to be there. That's why it won.
Woohoo!
I thought these were so cute, just absolutely adorable,
Yes.
and just I'm gonna pick the red one because it's like one of my favorite colors.
I like
All
the
right,
purple one, but I also really like that orange one with the funny tail.
right?
Like, and the wings. Those are weird wings.
They're so cute. Like I need the like Smurf slash Snorks cartoon series about all these crazy little aliens. Like I just they're so cute. Alrighty, so make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Make sure that you know what you're wanting to work on and that you have it open by now, because we've been chatting for quite some time. We are going to be going for approximately 2 hours, maybe a little bit over. We'll see how everybody's feeling at that point for the stream in general. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! They're so cute. Look at the little bubble walks. They're so cute.
I've got wheels.
Orange one. And suddenly my mind goes to Chandra immediately because orange.
My second option won. Woo!
So I continued working on the post. I am very excited. This is my announcement and explanation of all the things that I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be doing it and how other people can get involved and play along and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
But
I think they found shenanigans.
I thought I would share, just for the fun time of it,
Cops are after me.
the picture. So you guys are getting a sneak preview of the picture I'm using to announce the game launch that I am working on.
Ooh. I like it.
Yep. I'm very happy with how this is working out. I'm very happy with how this is all.
It reminds me, the picture kind of reminds me of like the Redwall version of like mega churches. Like it looks like he's about to give a sermon to a whole bunch of people, and like especially with the glasses on.
Is Tugwaddle? They are very opinionated. So not inappropriate of a thought to have. Yeah, I'm very excited, and having figured out exactly how I want to do it and everything, how it's all going to come to life, and how I'm going to be able to fit it into my weird nightmare schedule. Priorities are hard, y'all. I don't like having to make them.
I contemplated gender during that sprint, and I wrote a lot about androgyny and like how even at my most androgynous, there's still like a little bit of womanhood there. So that is how I always know that I am a woman. I don't know where I'm going with it, but
if it helps you at all, when from a gender studies point of view, when we're talking about gender, there is, like with all things, two separate aspects of it. There's the internal sense, and then there's the outward presentation.
Mm-hmm.
A non-binary person or a trans woman, if they wanted to, could grow a full beard. Most of them, especially trans women, would never, because that usually is dysphoric for them. But there is a delightful trend. I am not one of them. I can't wait to have all of my facial hair laser zapped off of my body to never grow back. Like, all of this must go. But there's this delightful trend of non-binary folk that are so feminine in their presentation from the nose up, and then like full ZZ Top beard. I know I'm old, but I don't want to say the duck show people because to hell with them. Beard at the bottom, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love. There's some sweet androgyny in there. There's a Australian drag queen that is also non-binary that I absolutely love, because when they perform, they wear these gorgeous gowns, full beard, and they do not cover their hairy chest. So they wear these very low-cut, gorgeous gowns with this beautiful hairy chest in the middle, and it's like all the androgyny. I love it so much. And then the sexiest legs at the bottom, like it's just like a rainbow of gender in one person. It's the full spectrum.
I may have scrolled Instagram and spammed the people. Watch this.
It happens. It is a thing that happens.
There were some good ones on there. I had to message one, like text it to my sister because she's not really on there. Where so my sister has little kids, but in the reel, this woman was trying to give her kid a bath, and so it's just framing her standing up in the bathroom looking wearily into the camera. I'm trying to give the baby a bath. And from the side, off camera, you hear the little kid in a dramatic voice going, I'm not a baby. And then it cuts to somebody with a little Tupperware of water trying to like cleanse the baby through the phone. It was amazing.
Don't worry, you don't have to apologize, CB. I'm glad that you could make it. This will hopefully become much more regular since we actually have more people here watching than when I said this earlier. I'm going to say it again. This is going to become more regular. The Wednesday streams are going to be coming back more regular. I wanted today to be like the relaunch of that, but I'm going to the Spotify Masterclass for podcasters next Wednesday. And so I won't be able to do this next week, but hopefully week after that and going forward, the Wednesday streams will be back.
Night, CB.
I've missed them so much.
Oh, and I got
Good night.
sad face though. I'm out of chocolate syrup.
Oh no.
Oh.
And maple syrup.
Oh no.
And
You're in Canada. That's
I
like
know.
a sin.
Oh, Spence. Yeah, I feel like I did nothing, and yeah, I also hiss like an angry wet cat every time priorities come up. It's just very like just
I found another real
oh no.
duet for two cats. There's like it's a big stage with like the grand piano and the pianist going, and two opera singers standing in gowns, and they start singing meows. It's just like, what is this? I don't understand. It was amazing.
Oh my.
Charlie, do you mind if I send what I have so far over like on
No.
Discord?
That's fine.
I need opinions.
Oh, that's one thing that I am very rarely short on. I have opinions.
I'm relying on you for your opinions, so yay.
I feel like
Yeah.
I should write a discourse about. Okay. I read this book, a horror adult novel called Tender is the Flesh.
Mhm.
It is a heavy book where a virus happens and animals are no longer edible to humans.
Mhm.
And so people go crazy like, we're gonna die if we can't have meat. Like there's scientific studies like you can't live on plants alone. You don't get enough protein. And so people are like, let's solve the overpopulation problem and get rid of the poor by introducing a special meat market. And they start raising humans to be the meat and the leather and the everything. And oh, it was terribly heavy. And then the whole story is about a guy who is an assistant at the slaughterhouse. He's like the second in command of the slaughterhouse. And one of the suppliers gifts him a head of cattle, like a woman. And yeah, it goes from there. And it was so dark. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I posted in a Discord that I'm in because I was reading it for a readathon. So like this counted as certain prompts. So ta-da. And somebody messaged me back saying, so how did you like it? I like to consider it a gory romance. And I'm like,
What? Wait, what?
yeah, no. I consider it more of a discourse on grief. And she's like, but between the man and his meat and the man and his wife, like, come on. I was like, I just unleashed in a blocked out spoiler tag. Like, no! There's nothing romantic in either scenario. No!
I really feel like romance is so broken. Sorry, I keep going back to like what traumatized me for such a long time, and I have not gone back to finish the Wanda and Weaver books because no, he's not going to end up with the serial killer that was trying to kill him at the end. What are you? No. Like I don't
That
understand
is
really.
one thing I hate about the romance genre is so many like toxic relationships
And
are
the
glorified and it's so unhealthy. I have so many opinions on
and the normalizing of abuse.
Yeah. Like, I can read a dark
Exactly.
romance, but, like, to me, a gory romance is, like, a romance between two serial killers on equal footing, exchanging trophies and murdering together. Not this disparity of, I don't even have vocal cords and I don't know how to say no. And
Ugh,
A
yeah.
lot of the vampire romances I used to read, I would definitely put in that category, but they understood that like consent is sexy.
Mhm.
So like before the vampire ever fed on them, they were like, I need to let you know my dark secret. And you know, it was fine. It was, but like, yeah,
like,
nah.
it was never, like, in my brain, I was like, maybe it could be conveyed as a romance if they like learn to like sign to each other and elope and get out of there. No, that's the opposite of what happens. But it's like, this is not a romance.
Yeah, there is I can't remember the name of it, and I probably wouldn't say it if I did. But there is and I can't remember if it's an anime or a manga or both. It's probably both. About a basically a queer serial killer that kidnaps this person and their relationship, and it's like, no, there is nothing romantic about no. The other person tries to escape and he breaks his ankle. Like no,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, and locks him back in the basement. Like no. No. There's nothing. That's not. No. No. Stop.
Bad.
Bad
Bad
people.
marketing. Bad
Bad.
marketing team. Stop
Yeah.
it.
No. Alien meat market. Oh my goodness. Just. Yeah.
So I had to cleanse my palate after that discourse. So I started reading Midsummer.
Oh, that's your palate cleanser.
It's so cute. I have the anime. I've watched the anime a couple times.
Oh, okay. Different work. Okay. Never
So
mind.
this is the high school girl president, student body president, works at a maid cafe part time to help get her family out of debt that their deadbeat dad left them in before he ran off.
Yeah,
And,
I was thinking of the pagan murder cult one.
No. This was a cutesy romance. So the number one kid in the class finds out about it and keeps on frequenting the cafe just to, I don't know, be cute.
Yeah.
Help her out of scenarios, and it's so sweet. There's hoodlums. There's these 3 hooligans in chapter 1 that are just the absolute troublemakers of the class. And they find out she's at the maid cafe, and they go and they're like gonna out her. And then the love interest is like, "Don't you dare!" And they're like, okay. So they back up. And then they show up at the cafe and they're just blobs of sweetness on the table. Like, she's so cute. Oh my gosh. Who knew she has such a sweet side? Oh, blobs on the table. They melted. It's like, yeah, exactly. Become ultimate simps.
Oh my goodness.
It's so cute.
So before we head back into the Sprinty Sprints, I do want to bring up, I am debating whether or not to kill off my Twitch channel. And bring the Thursday game just over here in its entirety. So, one, for anybody who is actually subscribed over there, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, thank you so very much. But maybe subscribe over at Project Shadow. It's the same amount per month, and I will be giving out free things to people that are over there. So I can't do that as easily with
Twitch channel or
over at Project Shadow.
.com.
But yeah. But Twitch, if you don't know, just updated their TOS and their monetization rules.
Ooh,
And
that's never good.
no, it is not. It is not. B News did a really good breakdown. If you want to search YouTube for it to watch their breakdown of everything, I will say about 33 to 50% of everything that we talk about on the stream is not really TOS anymore.
What?
Yeah.
We're not like inappropriate.
No, we're not.
We're really like wholesome.
No. Yeah. And that's where I went, wait, what now? You're not allowed to mention this, that, and the other. Like, okay. Also, I am no longer allowed to show ads for my own fiction. You're not allowed to show ads for your own content anymore. And you are not allowed to solicit for outside sources of revenue anymore.
Well,
So,
I have thoughts about that, and the first thought was a very inappropriate thought, and I almost like flashed aside to the everyone, but I controlled myself.
So I do not like the idea of not being able to mention our Substacks, for example, because if you have monetization turned on, they're basically going after Ko-fi and Patreon. And I think Streamlabs has a built-in method that you can donate that way too. They're basically going after people that use things that are not Twitch memberships. And also if you do sponsorships or any other kind of ad. And I was actually looking at, because they have screenshots for what is and is not appropriate. And because of the way StreamYard
screen stuff,
how much of your screen is allowed to have an ad in it. And in all technicality, one of our banners, that might violate TOS. I believe that is over the size you're allowed for a banner. It's very close to, if not over. I haven't done the pixel count yet.
I am
on it.
So shocked.
And yeah, I am very upset about it. They're basically trying to walk back some of it right now. I feel really guilty about doing this because we do have a couple paid subscribers over there, and I feel like we should be doing content over there since people are paying over there, for content. But I am really, and the sad thing is, like, this channel is not monetized, so
yeah,
I can't say we'll switch your membership over here or anything because I don't have channel memberships here. But yeah, I'm very conflicted about the changes. If you are interested in this, over in the Discord, which I have a link to the Discord down in the thing, at least I should. I linked to the B News video that kind of goes through a lot of this in general. If you're curious what the changes are, if you also run a Twitch channel or anything like that, it is a strong cash grab that they are doing, and I don't know, it really is uncomfortable. And I know for a fact that when we were gaming over there, I made a short commercial for my serial that was going on. I'm actually in the process of making one for the current serial that I have going on, and I could not show that on Twitch anymore.
Wrong.
So
Twitch is dead.
Yeah, I'm very unhappy about it because it fits under their what they call burn-in ads, which is an ad that you play as part of your stream.
Yeah.
So like even when we were doing World Ember and all of that, and I was playing the World Anvil ad as a way of promoting them, could not do that, even though I wasn't getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to get paid. You cannot run a burn-in ad on your stream anymore.
So a lot of people can't do gaming tournaments anymore because part of the sponsorship is you have to run their ad and
Yeah.
do banner ads.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then they will sponsor the gaming championship, and they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, a lot of gamers are really, really upset about this. A lot of the tournament people are really upset about this. Like, they basically found a way to anger their entire base
Yeah.
by doing this. And yeah, yeah. I mean, exactly. You know, it's really frustrating because I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket. I like that we were building up something on Twitch and we were building up something over here. I don't want to start a new channel just for we only do games once a week. Like, it feels like it would be a waste of time and energy to make a new channel over here. So if we do bring it over, it'll be on this one. But yeah, it just feels, I haven't made any decisions. I'm going to talk to Brian about it tonight, and we're going to talk in the Discord after he and I he wants to read through the terms of service because he has taken law classes. So he's going to read through everything, and we're going to talk it out. And then we're going to have a discussion in the Discord with everybody who's normally a part of that behind the scenes to see what happens. Because this doesn't just affect me. Glory and Tom were rebroadcasting the stream on their channel on Twitch, and you can't cross streams on Twitch if you're monetized. So if I move mine over to YouTube, that affects them as well. So it's not as easy a question of, is it something I want to do? Because it does affect other people and how we're doing this. So I just wanted to bring it up because I'm really, really frustrated about the whole thing. And I kind of just want to starve them of their monies for this. And Twitch will not let me see a list of the people that are subscribed over there. So I don't know who the paid subscribers are over there. So I don't know if any of you are hearing the sound of my voice right now or not. But yeah, I'm very frustrated about that, and we'll see what's what with all that. So
hello, Wicked Tunes.
Alrighty, so I think that's all of the business. And hello. Yeah. Didn't know when the right time to be like, we may be nuking one of our platforms. Discussion would,
at some point any time works.
But yeah, I thought I'd put that out there because I haven't been exactly happy with a lot of the stuff that's been going on with Twitch for a while, but the new TOS changes really, like I said, like you said, we do a very wholesome, just kind of hang out and game stream, and the way some of it's worded,
it would be so hard to get to be even more wholesome than we are.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. Like, when I was reading through and some of the things that are on the verboten list, I was like, but why is that verboten? I don't understand. I don't understand how that got added to verboten, but yeah. Isn't everything just fun all the time?
So fun.
All right.
All the time.
All the time. Okay, so let's get our alien friends back up on the screen. I'm going to get back to working on this posty post that I kind of hope I will have finished by the end of the stream, but it is going to be, it's a small novel. I'll not lie. It's I have been working on it for 2 weeks now. And while I have cut sections out that may become future posts, my outline, I have only finished 1 out of 7 bullet points that I wanted to cover.
Oh wow.
yeah, it's a beast, and it's already 935 words with the stuff that I cut out. So
you're writing like the kind of posts I write that are just like long and keep going.
Yeah, I'm writing a miniature novel over there about why I'm making a tabletop role playing game. I guess I don't know, but we shall see. Anywho, as always, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. It is very important, and don't feel pressure to actually be productive. No toxic productivity over here. Daydreaming is creativity for writers. Self-care is creativity for writers. If you need to just kind of
At my door.
chillax and play with the doggy or help the doggy find street bread, all of that's good. Let's go ahead and get this sprint started. I'm sticking with the red one, by the way. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. That scared me.
That's Halloween.
I may have been grabbing research for somebody on screen and lost track of time. The pink one, what?
Yeah.
Woo!
May have also been messaging somebody else that is not with us today. I did get a few
That
more.
reminds me, I need to message a certain someone, see how they're doing.
Yeah, I did get a couple sentences written, which makes me happy. This is a oddly personal thing that I am writing, which is really weird because it's like technically just an announcement of, hi everybody, I'm making a tabletop role-playing game. Would you like to play along? And it's turned into way too much more. Way too much.
I started reading a new book that just came in the mail.
Ooh.
It is a middle grade horror called The Grin in the Dark. Look at this cover.
Oh, that's creepy.
I love that.
Yeah. So this kid goes to babysit his twin niece and nephew. His aunt was obsessed with clowns, but all of the clown, like the kids started having nightmares about clowns, so she took down all of her clown memorabilia and stuff. And so main character kid comes in to babysit, all the clown stuff is gone. But when he enters his aunt and uncle's bedroom, he sees a life-size clown figure in a chair. He's like, oh, that's creepy. And so later on the phone call, he's like, hey, you guys are weird. And she's like, we don't have a life-size clown thing in our room. He's like,
oh.
Oh, so yeah, there's an escaped convict on the loose. So apparently the convict is dressed like a clown in their house.
Oh man, that's gonna be a fun, scary adventure.
Yeah.
So like the concept is horrifying, but the prose is not. So
that's
right
good.
now. So yeah, it's definitely reading. Like the illustrations look like they're for upper middle grade, or YA, but the prose is definitely more lower middle grade.
Mm.
I feel like that cover really shows the influence of FNAF on things, because that feels like a FNAF version of a clown because of how dark and sunken it is around the eye. Like it feels like the way they do the images of the animatronics.
Yeah.
Like having heard the version of the story, I'm guessing that's a clown mask.
I don't know
the
yet.
dark rings, but yeah, my mind immediately went to animatronics just because that style has been used by FNAF so consistently for how long now?
My brain immediately went to this manga.
I love how tippity tip. It sounds like
This one. Okay.
Hello, Jordan. And yeah, I get it. Especially if you're using VTT, like it can really, I don't know if you are or not, but it can add and change words. It's fine. I hope you are doing okay. I wanted to say hi while things are being looked up.
And trying to present screen, but it's... Come on. Thank you. It's called Hideout.
As Megan and I are both waiting for the moment to... I don't know which of us got there first, but I think maybe me.
That was you because I did not click it.
That's
I
cool.
was about to click it and then you beat me to it.
The only thing is, it's not translated into English. It's in French. It's in Spanish. It's not in English.
Oh man.
It's like, dang it, I want to read it so bad.
And just in case anybody missed it during the break, for Spence's behalf and for all of us, I gave a handy dandy personal definition of self-care because I think we're all a little bit confused about what self-care is, and like, yeah, that thing we're all supposed to do, but don't.
I
And
actually need to skedaddle because I'm on another stream in
5 alrighty,
minutes. So I will see
have
you
fun.
later.
Which stream are you going to?
JC Carpenter.
So if you want to open up in another window, and I don't know how much longer we're going to be streaming. We're almost up against the 2 hour which I had set for this, so we may be done. So that might be
If you
great.
could, while you're there, ask JC Carpenter if I'm still doing the presentation, because I want to get started working on it. If you get the chance.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. And snaps for the 64 words.
Ooh,
I have to say,
84.
I 84. Why my eyes are turning all 8s into 6s lately, and 6s into 8s. I have noticed this. I've gotten to the point where I am double guessing myself every time I see one, because I almost always say the opposite, and I don't know why that is.
That's unusual.
Yeah, it's a thing that's been
And
happening.
problematic.
Yeah. But just when I'm reading aloud, like I'm not having problems writing them, typing them. It's just for some reason seeing the number, my brain just goes, "Oh, that must be a 6." Like, no, it's not. And that's a lot more words than I got written, because I wrote a very convoluted paragraph and then got mad at it and tried to fix it and then gave up and moved on. So
I wrote, like, how much did I write? I wrote a decent paragraph about the clothes I was wearing in this incident. Like, I'm writing about when the moment I felt most like me, and like the closest I could probably get to gender euphoria based on definitions I've heard of it. Like, that moment would be, that's the moment I'm writing about.
And gender euphoria is such a wonderful thing, and it's not talked about nearly enough. We often talk about our dysphorias. We talk about the things that make us angry and upset, and not so much in finding those places where we can experience bliss and move towards it. And I'll just say, my life is enough struggle in it. I want to find the happy places and go to there.
Yeah.
That's really been a main focus for me for a while. So the dog has just perked up, and I have already received the text message warning. So the Chaos Demon is on his way home with company. So I am going to just do the 2 hours today. So
sounds good.
This is going to be a regular stream again, hopefully not next week, but starting the week afterwards. I might do a short pop-up next Wednesday, depending on how long the Spotify Masterclass goes for. Because if it's just like a 30-minute presentation, we'll start a little bit late. But it starts at basically the time I would normally be starting the stream.
Yeah.
We didn't give expect to be here for 90 minutes or whatever. A lot of times when you're going to something like that, they tell you a rough estimate of how long you're going to be there. So I don't know.
So it could take all day.
It could be what I'm doing for the rest of the day, because they have done that for some of their presentations. And those are really, really handy, and I got a lot out of them. But I don't know and I've also been to some that were like a 30-minute presentation where somebody just went through a slide deck and went, "Thank you for being here," and it was over.
Yeah.
So I don't know what.
You never know.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from that. So I don't know about next week, but starting the week after that, I'm going to try to get this to be a much more regular Wednesday thing again, because I've come to enjoy having my Fridays where I can do my work and then be done. That's very nice. And get started on my weekend, because Saturday is the only day that I have that is just, I can do whatever I wanted to do. So I'm probably not going to be bringing back the Friday stream, but the Wednesday stream will definitely be coming back, and maybe a Thursday one, depending on what we decide with the whole Twitch shenanigans that are going on.
Twitch.
Though this weekend, just to warn anybody who is a subscriber, there will be a flood because I have a bunch of unpublished live stream VODs from previous games that some of them are just deliciously funny. Like, I don't care if you care about Valheim or not. Valheim is a portion of what we're talking about, but it's their hangout sessions. I feel like I need to rename them, like hanging out with a game playing or something. Some people don't understand. Like, we're not like hardcore playing Valheim. We are playing Valheim together and discussing everything.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot more that goes on.
Yeah.
There's more to the game than just gameplay.
So those will be flooding up on Saturday. I'm going to try to get them all scheduled so that they can go up, because I have been neglecting to do that because my life has been a hectic mess. And that's a lot of what I'm doing right now is streamlining. Yeah, not going to announce that now. More coming. Lots of things on the horizon. Megan should be linked down below.
If not, my it's right here. Just go right here and subscribe.
And of course, we both have Substacks where we're doing things. I am writing stories and writing really bizarre essays, and Megan is writing brilliance and is going to take over the feminist world. So
that would be lovely.
All righty. Until next time, au revoir. Bye. Bye. That's the wrong one. I almost hit the intro video. Okay. Bye.